Greetings, body jugglers. This is Sautek Ananda here from the Body Juggling Zendo in Dallas, Texas. I'm trying to be quiet because it's very early in the morning. It's 7 o'clock. And we have a brand new student, what we like to call fresh meat. This is Melissa. And so this is going to be her very first session, and she just had a big life change. And so your first decision was, I'm going to get in shape, damn it. Is that how it happened?
Yes.
Nice. And you have a trip coming up, was it?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
New York City.
New York City. Get a rope. That's a Pace Picante joke, by the way. I don't know if they get that here down in Texas because they're not fans of Pace Picante in Texas. They like real Mexican stuff. So are you going for fun or for business?
Fun.
Fun. Awesome. Okay, so here's what excites me about this process is most people, when they go to want to learn something, they're very tentative and they're very like, can I come and like watch, or do you have like a one-time like whatever? You were like, hey, do you know anybody that trains? I need to train. Like you're very matter of fact, and instead of can I see, or maybe, you were like, what do I need to do? How much time? You know, yada yada, which is always a difficult thing for any trainer to talk to people about because people are inherently lazy. They're inherently lazy and they're inherently cheap. And if you're training for anything and you want results, you have to take it seriously. And so when you start going, okay, so you need to train 5 or 6 days a week, and people go, what? Like, I want to be awesome, but I didn't know I was going to have to work. Huh? Right? And so people are always balking at that. Melissa did not balk at that, and that's awesome and that's exciting. So we're going to do 5 or 6 sessions this week and 5 or 6 sessions next week, and then we'll assess where you're at and move however we need to. Yeah, we're on the flip side of a thunderstorm, so I was working on the bars watching lightning out here while I was waiting for you, so hopefully the power stays on. So what I want to talk to you about is the process of transformation before we get on the bar. I want to know, same stuff every time. Like I told you, these recordings are for the teacher trainers. Every time we start with a new client, we want to discuss their history, like what's your experience with activity, with sports, with training. Want to figure out her mindset, want to figure out the main pain points. What are the main things in her life that she's dealing with? And it's never just a body composition thing. That's only an effect, right? There's always other stuff that people are dealing with. I always want to get inside of that because this is what I call psychosomatic fitness. So it's not just about your body. We're going to inherently end up dealing with your mind, how you react to the world around you. One of the first things she mentioned when she walked in the door was stress, right? That's why she's leaving her job. So we need to address all those things as we move through this physical process. So all that being said, start out by telling me what your history is with movement, with activity.
Well, I know you from static dance.
Mm-hmm.
I every so often take yoga, not regularly.
Mm-hmm.
I can't ever find a school that matches my schedule.
Right.
But I do that occasionally. That's pretty much it. I had a trainer 10 years ago.
10 years ago, you had a personal trainer for how long?
6 months.
6 months. And did you get results that you were proud of?
At the time, my goal was losing a heinous amount of weight. I lost a lot of weight, and it was incredibly stressful.
Right. Right. Okay. So so that's what you don't want to do, and we'll talk about this as we move through the process because in the fitness industry, there's a very simple principle that is the main limiting factor for what people want to achieve, and that's called adherence. And it's the fact that we don't adhere to anything that we want to do, like as people, like as a species. We want to change, we want to quit smoking, we want to eat better, we want to do this or that. And the main challenge for people achieving their goals is that they quit, so that they can't stick to it. And so as I have developed this process, I have tried to develop it in a way that negates that tendency as easily as possible. And so there's several ways that we're going to be dealing with that, but one is to deal with her mindset, her philosophy coming in terms of seeing what the goal is and seeing a path to get there. Now, most fitness is just about burning calories, and they're going to make you do a bunch of stuff just to burn calories, Maybe you do a bunch of stuff just to work on certain parts of the body. That's not what this is. This is a holistic, complete body scenario that you cannot remove your mind from. You can't. It's like trying to remove your mind from meditation or something. You cannot do it because there's going to be so many things that you have to be aware of as you're doing your balance, your control, your flow. And so the primary thing that I want to do is to get your head in a space of seeing where you are right now and seeing what you want to create for yourself, but beyond just like body composition. More of a how do you want to feel on a daily basis. You just changed, you just left your job, so what kind of job do you want to create for yourself now? And the amount of time that you spend putting into that, like how do you want to feel at work? What kind of things do you want to be responsible for? Who do you want to work for? Like what kind of person do you want that to be? The more time you spend focusing on those things now, the more likely those things are going to come close to being what that vision was, right? It's the primary element of manifesting anything, of creating anything, is using your vision to be specific about what you want to experience. So almost no physical activity, which is impressive because you don't have bad body composition. I would have never guessed that you do no fitness because you're looking pretty good. So okay, so my first guess was that she ate pretty well, and she said no, she's a vegan.
No, I said I'm a lazy vegan.
Oh, a lazy vegan, that's what it was. So I didn't know there were lazy vegans, and I didn't know you could get away with eating garbage if you're a vegan, because I thought they put chemical stuff.
The level of garbage is probably
relative. I got you. Okay, so you're not eating like McDonald's. Okay, no. Good. All right. So not much physical experience, which means that tells me that I'm not gonna challenge you in certain ways that I might challenge other people that had been doing gymnastics or been a competitive, you know what I'm saying? We always want to challenge ourselves, but we don't want to challenge ourselves outside of our comfort zone, because that's when we get scared. That's when we feel like we're losing. So that's the first thing that tells me. And then you said you quit your job recently. Tell me about that.
Well, I didn't really quit my job. My doctor quit my job for me.
Oh, nice.
No, not really, because it leaves you with no money.
Right.
No, my job gave me severance when I left for 4 weeks, which is why I have small monies and free time. So, yeah, my stress level just escalated until I was taking time off work, and then my doctor took me off for half time, and then I went back, and he said, no, you're still too stressed out. You have to quit. So I told my job, and they said, well, we're really sorry to hear that. Get out.
Right.
So,
and good luck finding a job where there's no stress.
Exactly. That's pretty much what they said. Have fun with that.
Okay, so this is a really important topic, and I don't have time to fully go into it here because we got to get you on the bar. But I'm actually developing a course right now all about stress and about meditation. And the very, very quintessential thing to realize about stress, and the modern medical industry does not get it, modern science does not get it, is that stress does not come from your environment. Okay? The whole perception is that stress works like radiation from light bulbs, and there's stress just floating around the place, and you're going to absorb that stress, and it's going to mess with your mind and your body. That's not what happens. Okay? Stress is created inside you by your own thoughts. Okay? And the importance of that realization is, one of the analogies I use is like light. Light exists on a spectrum. And if you come out of a movie theater and you get that much light, it's blinding and it hurts, right? It's uncomfortable. So if you believe that that much light is bad, right? This is the spectrum. And now you got to live your life trying to not get any more light than this because it hurts your eyes. You're going to have a really difficult life trying to only be around a certain amount of light, right? But if you let yourself be in the light and you let your eyes adjust, this level of light doesn't hurt anymore, and then you realize this is sort of dim light, and the light can be all the way up here, and you're perfectly fine and perfectly comfortable, right? So stress is about what your mind is doing, how your mind is interpreting your environment, nothing in the world can create stress inside of your body. Things in the world can injure your body, right? But nothing in the world can create stress inside of your body except your mind's perceptions about what's going on. You see a stick in the bush as you're walking, your whole body goes in fight or flight, everything gets tense. You thought it was a snake, right? But it's just a stick, okay? So when we begin to understand that stress is something that we create, we instantly have a tool that allows us to affect it in a way that we can't if we're just walking into a environment being beamed by radiation, stress radiation. Oh gosh, my boss is a bitch, and so now I have to absorb, all this stuff. This kind of work makes that realization far more powerful than just something like reading in a book. Because what's going to happen is, as you do this, you're going to learn to control your mind in ways that you haven't before, because you have to. Just like someone going to learn Kung Fu and then make them balance on a big pole for 2 hours, you're going to learn things about balance that you've never experienced before that. And to do that, you're going to learn about your mind. That's the same way this works. So as we go on, I'll talk to you more about your situation at your job, what kind of boss you had, what that relationship was like, and we'll begin talking. Not that you shouldn't get out of an environment with a crappy boss, because even if you don't let a crappy boss stress you out, there's going to be a lot of things they bring to the equation that you'd just rather not have. Even if I'm not getting all nervous inside and my blood pressure is not getting raised, if you're a crappy person, I'm not going to want to be around you for long, So we will use these practices to see the patterns that you use in your mind, that those are the things that create the stress. And if you don't understand that, you go to another office, you're going to end up with the exact same stress there, right? My mom moved away to Hawaii when I was 15 because life was just too whatever for her. And guess what? Life was too whatever there also, right? We take our problems with us. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do...
I do have a westernized medical thing to insert.
Oh, certainly.
My doctor who took me off of my job is not a doctor, he's a psychiatrist.
Ah.
Because I have bipolar disorder.
That's a good thing to know.
So that mind channel thing may sometimes take me a little longer. You may have to explain it more than once because it might not interact right.
That's just perfect.
I may ask 2 questions because it may not make sense to me the first time. So if I ask 2 of the seemingly exact questions, that's probably fine.
Okay. So are you on medication?
Yes.
Okay. That's going to be a whole nother...
Yeah, I'm high functioning. I'm not going to bite anybody.
Well, what's
I'd
funny?
like to get that out there.
What's funny is I was raised by bipolar, so I'm an expert.
Well, hey, look at you.
On bipolar disorder by default, and I've dated several people with manic depression as well. So that's perfect and that's awesome, and I'm glad you've gotten treatment for it. We'll discuss how effective that's been. Some people are helped by medication, some people it doesn't do anything, and the side effects make their life a whole lot worse, yada, yada, yada. That's very good to know because that is definitely going to affect how you perceive stress. So thank you, and this is perfect for that. And one thing that I do know is that bipolar is there's various beliefs and arguments about what creates it, and brain chemistry as opposed to thought processes, yada yada. Most of them relate to some sort of traumatic incident that started this confusion or whatever. I'm not real interested in philosophy. I like change. I like practice. I like training. I like transformation. And just like everything, bipolar is a pattern. It's a pattern. And when you see a pattern, clearly you can see all the pieces. It's really easy to move the pieces around, and it works with the brain. And I can show you many, many examples. Many people get therapy for 10 years, talking, and they go and somebody taps on their face and their problem completely goes away, right? There's all kinds of stuff like that. So it's just about what the pattern is and changing how we relate to that pattern. we're not anything solid. There's nothing tangible inside you that you can go, this thing is me, because that cell isn't this cell, and that part of your organs isn't that part, and this part of your, right, there's nothing in you can say, that thing is me. You are a conglomeration of all these incredible patterns that relate to each other in all these different ways. And so the key is, how do you relate to each of those patterns? And you can play out certain patterns when you need them, and then you can let other ones go when you don't need them. So this is going to be fun. That's awesome, and thank you for sharing that. I should ask people about brain health. Typically, I don't usually get to that in this. We're usually talking lifestyle and fitness and everything. So we're going to put some music on. We're going to go to town. This is her first session. She doesn't have a lot of history with activities, so we're going to go soft and build our way up, especially because we're going 5 or 6 days this week. And to that comment, because most people will be like, what? You're going to work out 5 days? You're going to work 6 days a week? Anybody that trains seriously for anything is doing at least an hour a day. You're talking 6, 7 hours a day. Kenneth Cooper, which Cooper's Center is where I got my personal training certification, suggests 30 minutes a day of cardiovascular activity just to keep your physical fitness where it's at, right? So just to flatline and not be losing vitality. 30 minutes a day, that's 3.5 hours a week of walking, running, or swimming just to stay where you're at right now, okay? That's a baseline for training, 3.5 hours a week, okay? So 5 or 6 is doubling, staying level. You know, so if you really want to make any change, you got to at least double whatever you've been doing so far, you know. So so that's where we're starting. We will dial that back if you can feel that it's too much, because we don't want to overload you and then like you just have to give you a reason to quit, or we can scale that up if you get crazy excited and you start wanting to train others. Like teacher trainers will often do 9, 10 hours a week. I've had some do as many as 12 and 13 hours a week, which is basically 2 hours like every single day. Right? And if you know, growing up playing soccer, we would do 2, 3 hour practice every day. So whatever you think you're capable of, that's not what you're capable of. I promise you, that's my job, right? Is to tell you you can do more than you believe. So that's where we're going to start, and we're going to shoot one of these every day, and you'll be able to watch them and get questions that might slip out of your mind. Be proud of stuff you didn't know was awesome, and then learn from things that you can correct because you can see them. All right, so let's rock it. And it's 7:30 now, so we'll go an hour from right now. All right, so you're going to start over here. Sit up on that big ball, and first thing we're going to do is we're going to find center. And so what I want you to do is you're going to scoot the ball backwards a little bit, and then scoot your butt forward with the ball there. This is what we're doing right now. It's called booty crawl. It's an actual exercise. Let's reposition the ball. So front of the ball should be right underneath the bar. Good. Legs should be at about 45-degree angle. And the arms should be relaxed here. Never straight, never tense. We don't want to be there. We don't want to be here. We want to be relaxed. So that's perfect. That's center. Almost everything we do is going to start from right there. Okay? And so the first thing I want you to do is go to your fingertips. This is called calibration. I want to see where you're at with your balance. I want you to take one away and see how long you can balance without your fingertips. This side, that could be bad. That's all right. It's not about judgment, and any judging you do, I'll cut you off real quick because we don't need it here. So the way I judge balance is how long your fingers can stay off, and you've got about 1 second. About 1 second. Okay, so now what we're going to do is a few exercises that are going to make that balance pop up like automatically. It's just going to be there. All right, so we're going to start with hip rock side to side. You're going to wag your tailbone from one side to the other. Yeah. And feel your heart center and try to keep your heart center floating in one place. That's going to release the low back. Yeah. Breathe deep. And can you go a little bit further? Yep, good, good, nice.
Yeah, my main problem at any point is remembering to breathe.
Come on. I will tell you to breathe a lot. So as you're doing this, and as you do every single exercise, we don't have any rote movements in body juggling, meaning like a bicep curl, you can just stand there and do it, your brain's going to be other places. Everything you do, I want you noticing where your center is and trying to be more balanced while you do it. Eventually, you're going to do this with no hands. So you need to really be present with what's happening right now. Can you feel your heart bouncing? Up and down? Good, try to, yeah, exactly. That's going to give you more control. Good, that's hip rocks side to side. Now we're doing the same thing, but front to back. Hip rocks under and backwards. Yes, good. Still trying to hold that heart still the best you can. Breathe in deep.
I don't want to breath all the time.
Figure out what that's about.
Almost there.
So what we're doing right now is not only are we activating your core, beginning to warm things up, we're letting your body feel its center. Even if you don't realize it's happening, it's happening. Every rep, you're getting more familiar with where your center is. Good, now we're going to combine both those two movements and hip circles. So your hips go a big circle, heart still stays still, very nice. Breathing. And reverse. In fitness, not breathing is called the Valsalva maneuver, and it's bad because it artificially spikes blood pressure. And it's like putting a chokehold on your energy system because oxygen is the main thing your body uses for fuel. Your sugar burns the sugar first, but it has to have oxygen to burn the sugar. And so if you have a tendency of holding your breath, there's the first key in you creating stress, because that's what that does inside the body. Good. One more time first. Nice. Now back to the center. Back to your fingertips. And now try to balance. 1 second. Better. That was like 3. About 2. Okay, so here's the thing. You've now learned in your body the language that you need to balance there, but your brain has not integrated it yet. Okay, so the idea of integration is very important. We can learn something, but not know how to actualize it. Okay, that's the importance of integration. Everything we experience, we have to integrate it in order to make it a part. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to integrate what you just learned. Okay, you did improve. You're at 1 second, and you went up to 3 seconds. Okay, here's the missing key. Everybody, when they try to balance, does this. Right? And it's like a tree. And I saw you and you were trying to get your balance perfect, like you're balancing a pencil on a table. Okay? That's not how you balance. The way you balance is this. Okay? So when you let go, I want you to move those hips any direction you need to stay up there. I'm going to let you do it on your own first just to see what happens, and then I'm going to tell you, there you go. Better. She says better with a question mark. That was like 15 seconds. Okay? So you couldn't do it for 1 second. You did a few moves, you could do it for 3 seconds. Then I told you one thing. I told you one thing, and now all of a sudden you can balance. Practically indefinitely. Okay, do it again. Nice. Yeah, now you're thinking about it. It's not a thought, it's about feeling it. It's about letting those hips move wherever they need to. And I didn't even tell you what to do with them because your body could just feel it. Nice, nice, save, nice, nice. Good, so in terms of weight loss, what she's doing right now is all you need to lose weight body juggling. My first weight loss case study, I had her do balancing just like that for 20 minutes a day. She lost 5 pounds a week just doing that. Okay, so again, balance.
Every time I let go, it gets harder.
It's because you're letting go in a scared way, like you've got to be in the perfect place when you let go. It doesn't matter where you're at when you let go because you know how to balance now. So don't worry about your fingers. Just go right to there. And the key to your hips is whichever direction your body goes, that's the direction you want to let your hips go. And you figure that out on your own. If you're going to the right, your hips go to the right. If you're going to the front, your hips go to the front. You keep your heart floating over the ball, which we taught you in your hip rock, and you're set, and you got it. Very, very awesome. That's how fast this can work. I've got people that came to class without the bar for a year and still couldn't do that. They've been doing it for a year, and they could not balance on that. All right, so everything we do is going to happen just like this. You're going to get one simple exercise. You're not going to understand what the purpose of it is, but every single movement, you're learning a tool, a skill that's going to help you do other things. Okay? So come to the center of the bar, right here. Scoot over. And apparel note, and I should have told you this. Skin on these balls, not the best thing in the world. I should have told her that. I'm sorry. Certain balls, these kind of balls, are a little bit better.
I'm very sticky.
Yes, it's not you, it's the ball. Okay, so hip rock side to side, hip rock front to back, circles. Now you're going to take your tailbone straight backwards towards the floor. Yep. Let the arms relax, head relaxes down. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let your whole body relax. Gotta relax the elbows, gotta relax the shoulders, let that stretch from all the way down to the low back. Good, then you're gonna flex the spine and come back up. Okay, come back again. When I say flex, I mean rolling the spine up, so you're gonna start down here and curl. Yep, good, good. Nice. Good. Elbow moves backwards, forward fold, relaxing. Good, and then curling, start low. Don't come back down. Start low, curl up. Yep. Nice. Good. Back. Exhale down. Inhale, curling up. Start down here. Start down here. Roll. Yes. Nice. Exhale down. Inhale, curling up. Yep. Good. 4 more. Good. And last one. Tailbone all the way backwards. Good. Now you're going to leave the arms relaxed and straight. Leave them straight. Don't bend them. Hips are going to curl under. Leave the arms straight. Leave them straight. Get the hips go all the way under. Let the back melt over the ball. Relax down. And you're going to keep going all the way. Stretch all the way out. Feet. Extend your feet. Down. And relax. Deep inhale. Exhale, relax. Relax the shoulders, relax the spine, especially the low back. And then rock your chest from one side to the other gently. Feel that stretch good on one side and then the other. Good. Now the key is we want to come back up. I want you to come up as effortlessly as you can. Don't try too hard to be effortless because you're going to have to struggle a few times, but I want you to search for how to do it effortlessly. As you come over, you're going to keep your back arched, connected to the ball. Come over. No, we're not jumping. We're not explosive. Scoot the ball for a little bit, and you got to come back up. Come back up. Scoot the ball forward. It's back too far. I'm going to teach you to crawl in just a second, and then I'll help you reposition the ball. That's pretty good. Okay, so tailbone backwards. So you're going to come up just as softly as you went down. Don't shoot up. Relax, relax. Good. Curl the hips under. Leave the arms straight. Let the spine melt over the ball. Yeah, and extend all the way down. Good. Now when you come up that softly. Yeah. Arch. And now flex the back. Come up. Yep. Leave the arms straight. Good. Tailbone goes all the way backwards. Good. That's one. Perfect. Hips come under. Melt over the ball. Nice. Extend down. Stop softly. And walking your feet out is perfect like that. If you have socks, your feet will slide, but otherwise you can walk them out. Come back up smoothly. So you felt what happened. You started to curl up with your torso too soon, and it's hard, right? As you come over the ball, leave your back, melt it over the ball until your belly button gets to the center. Then curl your back, flex your back, come up. And dripping down. And coming up. Keep the back arched until I say flex. Now flex. Yep. Good. Come back to center. And hop over. So that's 3. So here's what's happening. The reason that we do straight arms, okay, is because if you don't do straight arms and you try to do drip down, you're going to do this, which means all my weight is here. I'm having to push the bar to keep myself here, right? So like I'm not centered. If I keep my arms straight and I do this, see how my body's still balanced, and I can let my back melt, and like the whole time I'm barely touching here, and I can come down to here. So everyone does this. You want to bend the arms and you want to be up here, but that's not what we want. We want to keep our balance right here. Right? And so like I have shoes on, and all I do is I just don't put much weight on them, and they can slide all the way out. So then coming up, same thing, back stays arched and soft until the belly button gets to the bar. Sense? 7 more.
Tomorrow I'm wearing pants.
Say what? Yes.
Tomorrow I'm wearing pants.
Capris or yoga pants tend to work pretty well. Curling, I'm going to leave the arms straight. Melt over the ball, nice. And let the feet, stretch all the way out though, all the way down, good. And then come back up as effortlessly as you can. Yes. Nice, woo. Good, 4. Exhale, melting. I'll drip down, dripping down like water. And back up. Good. 5. Bend your arms a little bit on that. And back up. Move straight. Engage the core. Yep. Good. Straight this time. Back and also move the ball. Yes. Good. Up. Again, that was
Try that again.
That was good.
I started going sideways.
Yeah, I like the kick.
all together. That one's big.
Yeah. So you gotta really bring your body over the ball before you start to curl up. If you get all your body on this side, the curl will be much easier. Got 3 more. See how you're stopping there? You don't want to stop. You want to let that energy keep moving. Same way it keeps moving when you come down. Arch that back until your belly button gets to the center. Now flex. Okay, come back to center. I think you're both back too far. So roll forward a little bit. That's fine. And we're gonna do booty crawl right now, and that'll help you reposition the ball. If you want it closer, because the further back it is, the harder it is to get up on that move. That's a little too close. So bring it back. You're gonna have to get off the ball. Because you're way too far back. Okay, so there. Now up. So you're sitting, see how your butt's on the back of the ball? Mm-hmm. Get up. Good. Don't never this. Ball's here. Always sitting on top of the ball. Okay. Front of the ball. Underneath the bar. We're going a little bit closer now on this one. I'm going to finish it down. So sit there. Yes.
So it's down here. Okay.
Good. Okay, and now, yep. I was going to have you do booty crawl before you finish it, but we only got 3 more, so let's finish it. Back to a forward fold. Curling under, arms stay straight. Bring all the way down. And coming back up. Now flex. Yeah. Two more. And good. That's right. Okay, how about 4? Booty crawl. This is what you're going to use to position the ball. You're going to have to position the ball a lot, and it's still going to happen even when you have regular pants. So booty crawl, you're basically using hip rock side to side, but when I pick one hip bone up, I'm going to twist the hips to bring the butt forward. So see how the ball's moving backwards? I'm walking on my butt. That's booty crawl. And we want to do this to get the ball forward. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Move it backwards. Just going to go forward and backwards. Booty crawl. So the ball's pretty close right now, so you're going to start by booty crawling backwards. That's the wrong way. Other way. There you go. So now your body is crawling forwards, but that's moving the ball backwards. So that's good. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Good. Now booty crawl forward.
Oh, not me.
Good. 3 more. Backwards now. Okay, so one thing, where is your core over the ball?
Falling sideways.
Backwards. You might be going sideways too, but what I can see is that you're backwards. You always got to be over the center of the ball, now booty crawl. Got more control of the ball, right?
Yeah.
Still going to stick, but you're going to have more control. hop up real quick for me. Try this ball and see if it's smaller than that one, but see if that feels better to your skin.
Yeah, to some extent.
A little bit. Do you like the size of that one better, or do you like the texture of this one better?
This one's like perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to make everything you do different, but it's not bad, it's just different. So, either way, whatever's best for you. Okay, so now one more time, we crawl backwards. You want to crawl your butt forward when you want the ball to go backwards. Okay. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And reverse. Okay. Yeah, if you get no real balance, then it's like it happens a lot quicker. Nice. Okay, so that's what you're going to use when I tell you to move the ball forward or backwards. Okay. And now we're going to take our hip rock side to side, but you're going to come out to this side. Hip rock. Feet come to this side. Keep your center over the ball because what you're trying to do is balance on your hip. Keep your legs on this side. Balance right there. I want you to feel your core when you're on your hip. Fingertips. Don't let go of those fingertips. You can feel where your center is. Good. Let your feet go a little bit further. Yeah.
Like slide further out. Like
Yeah, just further on your hip. Yeah. Good. Once again, we're training your body in ways it doesn't understand right now, but it'll make sense in a minute. Good. Other hip. Okay, your weight is too far right.
So that one's way jiggly.
Yeah, so when you kick yourself onto that hip, you can still keep your weight over the center of the ball. That's what I want you to feel right now. You can go on that hip and still have your weight balanced. Yep. Fingertips. Good. Good. And back to center. Scoot the ball backwards. Hip booty crawl. Crawl your booty forwards. There you go. It's a little counterintuitive. Alright, so now you're going to do the same thing with your hip out to the side, but you're going to keep going with your hip and raise your foot all the way up to here. So you're going to go down to your side, but I want you to keep your core. Come back up. Come back up. All the way up. I want you to keep your core over the center of the ball, so I don't want your body hanging all the way down here. I want your core to stay over the ball, and I'm going to help you just so you can feel it. So we're going to go like this. Foot comes up. Here. That foot comes to your knee. Hold that. Find your balance. It's called side kick. Okay. So now I'm going to adjust you so that your center is actually over the center of the ball. I want you to feel the difference. There. Is that easier on your shoulders?
No, not really hanging from my arm.
Okay, come back up. Up, up. So what we're going for is called side kick. But what we don't want to do is this. See how all my weight is hanging that way? And so if I let go, I'm going to go like that.
Right.
We don't want the weight hanging off the ball. We want to go to this side kick position, but my core is still over the center of the ball. And so if I let go now, like I'm still balanced here. I'm not going to take it off that way.
Okay.
So we want this. And the reason is I can hold this for a long time. This, I'm going to get tired really quick.
Right.
Right? So we're going to keep that core over the center. This is side kick, and we're just focusing on that position right now. And we'll do the movement in just a second. Everything we learn, we start with a pose. We call that balance. Then we move into the, okay, what did you do when you got on the ball just then? Sat on the back. Sat on the back. So sit on the top. There you go. Nice. Okay, so this spot is where the center of your gravity is. Mm-hmm. As you go down, I want you to keep this over the center of the ball. Ready? Raise this foot up. Yeah. Hold your core where it's at so you aren't going forward. Don't touch the bar because you don't have to. You've got balance. I let people use the bar if they need to, but you don't need it. Hold it. Breathe. Now, if I was going to make you stay there for 5 minutes, what would you have to do with your body to actually stay there? Let yourself adjust. Number one, here. You feel there's more balance when you're. Don't pull your. Don't let
I
this.
mostly just feel like I'm dangling by my hands.
Come up. Okay. Center yourself.
I don't know if that's because this one's shorter to the ground.
Move your elbow to the center of the ball. And then, actually, you're going to need to scoot everything this way. Center of the bar. But booty crawl this.
That's not working. That's not work sideways.
Booty crawl does not work sideways. We've done.
Science.
And scoot a little closer. Yep. And down the side kick. Keep that spot over the center of the ball. Breathe. Nice. That's a perfect side kick. Get that foot up a little higher. Yeah. When you do side kick, you want your foot to be at least as high as the bar. Some people kick higher, but that's your goal. Good. Come up. Nice. And again, down side stall. Side kick. Hold it. Good adjustment. Nice. And that's how one more. And then if you can, open this knee out. So everyone does it like this. You open your knee outwards towards the floor. And if you can't, that's fine.
It's mostly just stuck on the wall.
I got you. Come up. We can get around that right now, but I'm more concerned about you feeling that center and keeping that center of the ball. One more time. Out. Belly button. See where your belly button's going? So it should be there. And don't pull this up.
Yeah, I'm dangling.
Yeah. Come up real quick. So as soon as I pull you back to center, because you're doing this, as soon as I pull you back to center here, this shoulder, you're doing this.
Right.
Right? But if you're here and I pull you back that way and you leave that shoulder down, now I'm balanced. If I do this, now I've got a lot of tension in that shoulder. Right? So you want the body long and straight, this leg up, and this, my core, is right over the center of the ball. So if I push you back that way, don't start pulling yourself up. Keep yourself like this and feel where that center is.
Okay.
Good. Ask you to follow closer. And down the side kick. Yep. Boom, nice. Can you feel the difference there?
Yeah.
Good, raise that foot up. Boom, nice. That side kick. Feel that. That's the spot we're going to go to. Come up. Beautiful. 10 of those. Down, boom, right back up. You don't have to stay there. Boom, hit it, and right back up. 1. Foot in. Up. Up. No, you up.
Oh.
Yeah. Up and down. We're doing reps now. Yeah, pull that foot into the knee though. Yep. Nice. 4. Good. Good fix. Good. Scoot the ball back a little bit. 6 more. Down.
Yep.
That's right. Good catch. Good catch. 5. That's right. You're not going to be able to perfect any of these movements the first time. You're going to learn the basic parameters of each move, and every time you do it, you're going to get better and better. We call that style. 3 more. Last one. Beautiful. Hop up. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. One thing, your tendency is totally this. Like the butt's always back there. So watch out. Now when you do your side kick, you're doing this.
Yeah.
Right, so now I'm on the back of the ball, all my weight's going that way, and then I'm pulling. And when you do that, when you pull back in, now my ball's even further that way, and my butt's hanging off even more.
Right.
We want the butt over the center of the ball. Now when we do this side kick, I'm here,
Right.
floating on top, not back here.
Right.
If I'm here floating on top, if I come right back like I went down, my butt's still over top of the ball. If I'm here and I let my butt do that, now I'm inadvertently moving the ball that way. Every single time, the ball's moving further and further that way. Then pretty soon, I'm like this, and it's like, no. Okay? So, butt here, not here, here.
Right.
And we're going to do the same thing to this side. Start with a balance. So you can stay back here. Forward. Booty draw. Ball forward, booty backwards. Yeah, and I thought about changing what I said to you to get you to do it, but then I would screw it up with other people.
Make me screw it up the rest of the party.
Okay. Butt over the center, and come down this way, side kick, keep your core over the center of the ball.
This side sucks for me.
That's right. One side's always harder than the other. Hold it, hold it. Do your balance. Core way off the center, so don't pull your chin, don't pull yourself up. No, don't pull yourself up. Remember, I'm going to put that. Come on.
I get put on that.
Remember, I told you when I push you, don't pull yourself up. So I'm here, you're down here,
Right.
and I'm trying to get you to come to here, but you're doing
But I'm
this.
chin-upping.
And that's using all kinds of weird serratus muscles. It's a whole lot of obliques. Keep your body long and straight. When I push you that way, leave your shoulder down and relax, because you just got to pivot this way a little bit to find that center point so you're not down here. And then, if I'm down here, it's hard for me to get my foot up to the height of the bar. If I'm like this is easy, all right?
Right.
Because this is like a straight line as opposed to here. Now I got to arch my body to the side. So if I'm pushing you, don't come up. I'm just positioning where your balance center is. Ball forward. A little bit more. We're gonna do serious booty drills tomorrow. And down.
Yeah, why is this direction
There you go.
so much fun?
That's all right. It's always hard to get that foot higher. Yeah. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that. Use your strength. Yeah. Good. Up. That's right. We'll ease our way into it. So make sure these are equally distributed. And hip rock down to your side. Let that shoulder drop. Good. That's better. You fixed yourself. I didn't mean to come up, but it's all right. So here's the thing. Everyone does this on the side, like this is your body. Everyone does this on the side kick. We don't want that. What we want is this.
Okay.
That's your core. It's like a fulcrum. I want your body to pivot. Boom. Just like that. Legs, 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 legs. Toe to your knee. Boom. That's what we want. Belly button over the center. You could stay there a lot longer than you could stay where you were before. So now we're going to come up. Just pivot. Yep, the exact same way. Down, pivot. Too far that way. There you go. Up. And up. All staying in a pretty good position now. You're staying over the center. Good. One more time. Down. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Nice. Nice. Good. Up. Sweet. Now adjust your position. That's pretty good. All right. Now give me 10 on the sides. Going down and up. Keep your belly button. Yes. 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 Nice. 1. 2. Keep breathing. 3. 4. Get that kick when you go down there.
Yeah, I'm starting to roll backwards.
Gotcha. Fix your ball. Make sure your
Because
hands
I'm rolling out.
Make sure your hands are
Back up.
equal distance. And your butt's still a little bit on the back of the ball. That's good. Yeah. That's centered. And then this way. Yeah. What do you want to say?
That isn't right.
The reason that happened is because you're used to being on this side of the ball. So being on top, your body wasn't used to that, and then it started going that way. So that's actually where you want to be, but you got to stop. You got to use your arm strength to stop yourself from going that way. Yeah, nice, nice. 2 more. Awesome. And up. So while we're there, we're going to get leg raises. Going to come down on the side, kick. Belly button's over the center, leave it there. Foot stays to the knee. The outside foot's going to come down. Touch the floor if you can, if not as close as you can. Raise it back up as high as you can. 1, 2, 3. All obliques. Okay, hop up. This is what you just did when you got on the ball. Let's see where I am in relation to the bar. So you put your butt and then you roll all back or whatever. Put the ball where you want it. And then just sit on it. Don't roll. Don't come to the back. Like you put it where you want it. And then you sit on it. I should teach how to sit on the ball and booty crawling like first thing out of the gate. But I always move on that much better. Much better. And down the side kick. Forward stays over the center of the ball. Find your balance. Good. Raise this up as high as you can. Boom. Toe to the foot. Now the leg goes down. And raise it up. 1. Don't keep yourself balanced. You can start over if you need to. Scoot this way back to the center of the bar. You can actually step off and move the ball sideways.
I cannot. Do it again.
Yep.
Since that would be
Good. But say what? But you gotta stay in the center too, because you're creeping that way and you're gonna start running into the bar when you're trying to do your kick. And I'll figure out a drill to get you to put your butt over the center because your butt always wants to be in the back of the ball. That's fine. Side kick. Ah. Side kick. Yeah. Going right there, nice. Now, down and up. 1, 2, faster. 3, there you go. You do it slow, you're going to burn way more energy. It's going to be a lot harder for you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up. How hard was that?
Harder on my wrist than anything.
Really interesting. Okay, this side, this wrist.
Yeah, just because I was like,
That means
pull up
right, you
hard.
need to be more balanced. It should be way more on your core than it is on your
Yeah.
wrist.
Because I kept moving backwards when I was trying to put a foot out.
Gotcha. Okay, so find yourself over the center of the ball right now. Side kick. Don't pull up. There you go. Now raising low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Up. Good. And up. And knees. Knee stalls right here. There's no easy way to do it the first time. You're going to put one knee on and then do that the best you can. It's going to look really weird and feel weird the first few times you do it, then it'll be easy. Starting here in knee stall, we're going to calibrate, find your balance. Not bad, not bad. Knee crawl to get it where you want it. Let's go backwards just a little bit.
Knee back, ball back.
Ball back. Yep, perfect, right there. And then you're going to come up, sit up, up in there, yeah. Feet. Okay. And now anywhere between there and with your butt down that feels the most natural, find that place and I want you to see what your, what was that about? That's actually an exercise, so it's good to know you can do control.
I was like, that's it to take out my own teeth.
No, right. Okay, so hands
Okay.
and see where your balance is at. Remember that tree analogy I gave you? Don't be a tree. Let yourself move to maintain your balance. You can't balance like a pencil. You gotta move to maintain your balance.
So that just feels like I fell backwards.
Right. Try it. You're gonna learn the exact same lesson we learned on your butt. So now hip rock side to side while you're on your knees. Yeah. Nice. Breathe deep. Notice how much range of motion you actually have in those hips. That's where your balance is going to come from.
I think unless it feels weird, like, am I supposed to sit on my feet or between my feet?
Whatever is most comfortable. Like, I'm not flexible enough to sit in between my feet. And you probably don't want your butt on.
So, up on my feet then.
Right.
Because otherwise my butt's on the wall.
Right. You don't want your butt all the way down. You want to be on your knees because that's going to give you more flexibility, more mobility. Can I ask you what you were trying to accomplish there?
Don't know.
Okay, because I couldn't
Somewhere there may have been a
figure it out
I
either.
don't know what the area was. I keep getting stuck to it. I think it's what's so weird. Part of it.
That'll be better tomorrow all over.
Your pants.
Yeah, tell people not shorts. So you need to scoot back just a little bit. Yeah, that's fine.
Fine?
Yep.
Okay.
And now try balance again. Oh, no. We were doing the hip rock, so do your hip rock. And if your butt's all the way down, it's going to be really hard to get the mobility that you need to do that. If your butt's up a little bit, you're going to get more ability to move. And that's going to be important for anything. Balance. Okay. So, yeah, your core was like off the center of the ball starting. That's where you want it. Now do hip rock. Yeah. Good. Good. So you were having to use this hand a whole lot more for where you were at. Good. There you go. Nice. That's it. That's where you're going to get your balance from. Same thing, hip rock, front to back. Mm-hmm. Good. And now up and down. But you're going to come all the way up, extend all the way up. Straight line here, now back down. This is actually a rep. You're going to do this 10 times, up and down. So
Say it better be an exercise because it sucks.
Yeah, down. 2. 3. Make sure the knees come behind you. Just come up. Yeah. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good. Now back down to center. And now see how your balance is.
I want to go backwards no matter what.
Experiment.
That's where all my weight is.
Okay.
I don't need weight going forward.
So now, hip rock side to side. While you're hip rocking, let go. Again, hip rock. Once you're hip rocking, let go. Good. Again. Good. Now do the same thing, hip rock front to back. Get hip rocking front to back, then let go. Yep. Again. Good, now try to balance. So you're still trying to balance like a tree, like a pencil. You're letting go and you're hoping that you're centered. Don't do that. Let go and move. There you go, that's better. Move to keep your center.
How do I make more weight feel like it's forward instead of making it all feel backwards?
You almost have it there. You gotta actually get your weight forward. Hop up for me. Watch. A lot of times, yeah, stretch anything out. You're on your knees for a while. So this is your butt going backwards is the case that's happening here. So everything is like this, right?
The other problem is my brain is sweaty.
Oh,
And so that would make me feel
okay.
sweaty.
So when I'm on here, my butt is not on the ball, and my butt is not on my heels. I can feel my heels. I bump into them occasionally, but I'm slightly extended up because I have way more range of motion here than if I'm here. I don't get as much range of motion. So that's part of it. And then this is the movement that we use to stay here. If you're going back too far, your chest needs to come forward, right? And then your hips float underneath you. That's where we get the balance, not from here and then like, not that.
Yeah, that's what I felt like.
It's from here. Heart floats over the center of the ball, and then I can feel everything down here, and I just move it so that this stays.
Because you're squeezing down your feet too. Like gripping it like
Yeah.
your feet too.
Not a lot. Yeah.
But that like tells you where the back of it is too.
Right.
Ah! Too far.
Don't put your knees together because that's like, well, I'm on a tightrope. And I know there's a slower way
It's gotta be simple.
Yeah, and crawl. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
So try to balance from up there and see what happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. One more time. Nice. So remember, it's the hips go in the same direction. So come back up again. Do it again. When you start to go backwards, let your hips go in that direction. Right. Good, good. So now go back down, and not all the way down, but as close to your feet, and try balancing there. So nice, nice. Sweet. Good. Okay, so we got some improvement. Now raise your butt up and down. Good. So up. This is the beginning of the next move. You've already done this move on your own. Down. And now, butt's going to come up. Feet are going to extend away from you. You're going to roll down your belly. Yep. Body straight. Toes pointed. That's Superman. Then curl right back up. Knee curl. Come right.
I don't know that there was a right back up there.
Right back. Right. Okay. And again. Whoa. Come up. Or you can step off, step off, step off, step off. Okay.
There was a lot on there.
Yeah, so the first time came up. You're always going to come up first.
Okay.
The second time, you did this.
Right.
And we don't want that back, that butt sticking out. We want to come up, feet extend away, and we roll down gently to here.
Okay.
That exact same pattern. It's like we're doing a pull-up. And then you curl the knees in. So you want to pull the body up, forward, and diagonal first.
Okay.
Then pull the knees in here. Up to go down.
Okay.
Not bad. That's mounting. Looks like a pretty good position. So butt down first. Butt down. Yep. And then you're going to come up. Just start your butt up and then extend down and away. Yep. Superman. And then pull yourself. Now curl it. You got it. Yep. They got to work together. If you try to do one and the other, it's not going to work. And step down if you need to reposition your ball. Just a few more of these. This is one of the toughest exercises we have, and once you get the technique of it, it's not going to be hard at all for you. But this is one of the hardest ones. Yep, nice for everyone to learn. Hold on. Step off. Yeah, step off does not come up. Okay, so your ball was too close to the bar there, which is why I didn't want you to come up. So you were like this, going down towards the floor instead of up. Like this. So we want the belly button focusing on the ball.
Okay.
Here, I didn't want you to try to come up from there. So, once again, right there.
Okay. Okay. So in all my wiggling, trying to get on, pushing too far
Yeah,
out that
the
way.
ball was too far forward when you started. Woo! That was nice. Remember how you did it up.
Okay,
And
so is that fine?
that's perfect. Stand up. Stand away. Yep. Nice. Can you feel that flatness now?
Yeah.
That angle?
Yeah.
Good. Point up and the knees in. There you go. You gotta make them coordinate.
Yeah, those, I go diagonal for some
Gotcha.
reason.
3 more. Whoa! Yes.
I really better. What is that?
Step up. I don't know. Step up.
What is that? Am I pushing with one hand or something? Is that what's making me go sideways?
I don't know because you didn't go diagonal
The
like
first
that the other times.
Must be on this shoulder blade.
Step your knees forward, knees need to be low.
Good? Better?
Acceptable. Belt butt down. Yeah, that's good. And up. Stand away. And you see your balls
Too
too
far.
far forward. Too far forward. Fix it one more time. We got 2 more. And then we got that. Yeah, perfect. We're getting better at that mount.
Still hard to tell where it's supposed
But
to
go butt down. That's where you need to be, and you're hanging off the back. So if you put your butt down, and then your center should still be over the ball. Your waist is. So right here, with your center over the ball, but you're still hanging off the back, that should be like right here. So
Okay.
knee crawl forward. That's going to go up, yeah. Let's go away. No. Can you feel you sticking your butt out there? Don't want to stick your butt out. Let your legs and your knees go. Yes, exactly. And that's a good position for the ball. You might even beat that a little farther. That's fine. And then up together. Yes. Did you feel that? It's
Yes.
like a lot easier. Good. Give me some more of those. Finish that. Did you see what you did?
Yes.
You left your leg down and you sent it back. And up, feet away from you.
Knees.
Yes, nice. Don't stick your butt out. Up. Nice. Up. One more. Sweet! Nice! Now, oh! Good. All right. Sweet mark. All right, how do you feel? Good. You did a very good job, especially for someone with not much physical experience. When we do lots of physical things growing up, playing sports, gymnastics, whatever, we learn to feel our center in a way that other people don't. So not coming from that world, I knew that you had a lot of learning to do about your body, and you did it really fast. Like whenever you watch this, look at how fast you learned to balance. Like you couldn't do it for 1 second, right? But we gave you the language, and then you still couldn't do it because you hadn't integrated.
Right.
I told you one thing that allowed you to integrate that lesson, and then bam, and you were just there. And I saw your eyes at one point. Your eyes were like, your eyes looked at me and was like, what happened? What was the deal here? You know, like I can't even figure out what was the challenge. And the challenge is only feeling and learning to move from that feeling, learning to move from that presence. Several exercises you had trouble with, and that's about learning to feel the center, you know, finding that balance when you get out on your side. But you dealt with it all great, and mentally you handled it really well. A lot of people get frustrated very easily when they do this because it's challenging. And like every single exercise, you're going to have to learn new skills now. Then we don't have any exercises that are just like this. Like everything is like, whoa, what the, you know? And so you dealt with all that stuff really good mentally. This exercise, more than anything, was mental.
Okay.
You might have a little bit of soreness because we did a little core work that you're not going to be used to. This was not a kick-ass workout because we were more focused on learning the lessons.
Right.
As we go deeper, I'm not going to have to spend so much time teaching you side kick like tomorrow, you know? So you're going to be able to get more of the work from the side kick.
Right.
And you'll be able to go into the next movement from side kick. Each of those things will continue to expand. And I want you to let me know how sore you are and where you're at, because that's going to let me know where we need to go in terms of reps. Because you always want to be able to feel a workout, but you don't want to kill yourself so that you're sore for days and days and days.
Right.
You want to find that moderate place. All around great work. Do you have any questions about any of it?
Should I practice at home?
Do you have a ball?
No, but I'm sure they sell them.
They do sell them. They do sell them. I got these at Sports Academy.
What size are they?
Sports. If you're practicing at home, you're going to want a smaller one, like a 55 or 65.
Okay.
For the bar, we get 75s. So
Okay.
a big one there for 75.
Okay.
Most 75s are not going to be that big. That's old and bigger. So one this size or that size. Even that size is perfect for doing at home with no bar.
Okay.
But I can show you how to do a lot of this stuff with like a table. I
Okay.
started doing this on my desk. I was sitting on my ball, you know, and so I started doing a lot of these moves and thought, well, if I had a bar, I could do cool stuff. So I can give you stuff you can work on at home. But that will help. And just balancing on the ball,
Well, that's
just
what I was
sitting
thinking.
there
Like
and
just
balancing,
sitting on it would help.
burns more calories than you can imagine, and it's because, number one, it's your core, what Pilates calls the powerhouse, so it's the center of your body, and all the muscles do this, nonstop, over, you know, and so just doing it for 10 minutes, that's a lot of work, you know what I'm saying? It's like swimming, it's like constant work. Swimming is not hard, like any given part of swimming is not hard. But doing it over and over and over again, like 2 laps and I'm dead. Like it takes a lot of energy to do that. So sitting and balancing on that ball makes your whole, everything is firing over and over and over. So it's a great calorie burner, great core strengthener.
Okay.
And Jenny would just do it while she watched TV. She would just put the TV on and she'd just balance and never touch the floor the whole time she was watching TV. So that's a great way to practice. Great work. Great work. 7 a.m. She showed up. She brought it. She went to town. And then we're going to go deeper again tomorrow.
Okay.
And we'll hear about all of her tattoos because she's got a lot of tattoos. Awesome. Great work. See you guys next time. Peace.